Environmental disturbances can have a big impact on ecosystems. They increase the biodiversity, but also make ecosystems more susceptible to invasive species. Understanding the impact of different disturbances on the ecosystem is an important part of conservation. The multi-use recreation trails you enjoy at Sandstone Ranch provide access for humans, but they are an environmental disturbance and might impact the surrounding ecosystems. Part of the value at Sandstone Ranch is its high level of biodiversity, especially of native plant species. But what impact are the trails having on these native plants? We wanted to understand if trails impacted the number of native plant species versus non-native plant species, if trails impacted the amount of sand in the soil, and if the sand in the soil and native plant success are related. To figure all this out, we took soil samples and plant inventories at distances of 1, 5, 10, and 15 meters away from the trails. These 4 square meter sample plots were repeated at 9 randomly selected spots on 3 trails, all within a half mile of the parking lot. Overall, we examined 36 soil samples and identified more than 70 different plant species.
We expected that the soil near the trail would be the sandiest, but this wasn't the case. Sand content in the soil varied across all distances, but the widest range was closest to the trail. Additionally, the sandiness of the soil had no impact on the number of native and non-native species. So we also expected to see more non-native species near the trail and then more native species away from the trail. What we found, however, was that the proportion of native to non-native species was roughly the same at all distances. So whether you're next to the trail or a dozen meters out, both native and non-native species are well adapted to a wide range of soil textures. This means that when we try to manage invasive species in conservation areas like Sandstone Ranch, we have to monitor the full space. We won't have success just looking near the trails.
These invasive species pose a real threat to Sandstone Ranch and other ecosystems. Invasive species like cheatgrass, a plant you'll find all around you, can drastically increase the spread of wildfires. In burned areas, this pesky grass will sprout back up and outcompete the natives. You'll also find vast areas dominated by the invasive smooth brome, which can overshadow native plants and make it hard for developing grassland birds to thrive. Overall, understanding what allows non-native species to thrive is essential for the conservation of rich ecosystems like Sandstone Ranch. Further research can help shed light on types of disturbances and soil qualities that impact the success of non-native species, especially the dominant invasive ones that threaten the native biodiversity of this space. In the meantime, you can help protect this space by making sure you and your pets are free from any seeds when you visit and use the trails.